We're going to talk a little bit about tool libraries next. I mentioned in the slide, if you familiar with RhinoCAM, obviously you're familiar with creating tools already. Down here on the lower left, you have the what's called the Machining Objects Browser, and it has various tabs. We're going to be in this webinar, we're going to be talking about the Tools tab and the K-Bases tab, those two tabs. And let's talk first about creating a tool, what kind of knowledge you can imbue into your tool definitions. Obviously, when you create a tool, you have to give it some dimensions. You got to give it a unique name. Every tool has to have a unique name, and every separate tool. So then obviously your preview, but over here on the right, you can set some parameters specific to the tool, such as a material, and then some adjust registers and cut com registers, etc., for each tool. But in the feeds and speeds, obviously you can set all of these values, spindle parameters, the feed rate values for a specific tool, as well as some additional feed rate options for plunging, first XY pass, bottom level, etc. And you can set a cut depth, a maximum cut depth for a tool, and you can load those when you create an operation. So you can set all of these parameters, okay? And you can also put comments with the tool, etc. So when you say this tool out, all of this information is embedded in that tool definition, so that when you use the tool, drag and drop a tool or load a tool from the Tools tab, all of this information is being carried over if you choose it to be. So let's go ahead and I'm going to just close this for a moment. And let's talk about, we talked about the toolbar. Let's talk about this toolbar right here. We did the create tools. You have additional icons here on the toolbar for loading a tool library and for selecting a tool from a library. So let's just go ahead and do that. And you can drag and drop a tool into your working session that you want to use from your library.
Hey, Don, can you show that drag and drop? I don't think many people are familiar with that. So.
Okay. So if you want to pick the third icon, the select tools from a library, and we'll just load. I have a couple of libraries already defined. And you can grab one of your tools from the tool library and just drag it and drop it here, or drag it and drop it into an operation that you already have working on up in your setup. So you can just drag it and drop it over there. And obviously I have all of these already over here, so it's asking me if I want to replace it, and I'll just say no. But that's how, if you don't want to keep your library loaded and bogged down in each of your files, you can open your library and grab a tool from it as you need it. So that kind of keeps your file lighter than less heavy, let's put it that way. So, and then also, you can save your tool library once you have tools in here. If you modify any of the tools, you can save it back out to your tool library.